Okay, now let's do second part of Code of Ethics and Conduct. We have covered VM, IEM, and now we will learn what is IEEE, NSPE, and ASME. IEM done, BM done. IEEE is Institute of Electrical Electronic Engineers. It's one of the biggest organization that have most of the engineers in electrical electronics background all over the world. And you have ASME, the American Society for Mechanical Engineers, and SPE, National Society of Professional Engineers. So IEEE, if you want to know more about IEEE, you can go and Google it. Its history is the world's largest technical professional society. I'm also a member of IEEE. And it's involved all aspects of electrical, electronic and computing fields, and also related areas of science and technology with modern civilization. So it's very big. Now let's go to some, not all, selected comparison between engineering code of ethics. Okay, so here are different body. You have BEM, you have IEM, you have IEEE. And here we also have what is the Islamic evaluation. So most of the code of ethics are in line with the Islamic principles and Islamic understanding. They might be one or two minor. That's why we need to really understand the code of ethics and understand our religion in order to compare and contrast. For example, here, let's look at one. This is the typical sentence in the code of ethics. A registered engineer shall undertake assignments only if he is qualified. So it's for competency by education and experience. So you need to have the right education and the right experience in order to do technical field in whatever project that he's involved. So that's from BEM. That's the sentence from Code of Ethics from BEM. IEM has similar. So if you read here, offer services, advise or undertake engineering assignment only in the areas of their competence. So the sentence slightly different, but it means the same. The meaning is roughly the same with the Board of Engineers Malaysia. If you look at IEEE, to maintain and improve our technical competence and to undertake technological tasks for others only if qualified by training or experience or after disclosure of pertinent limitation. Okay, so that's a more specific code of ethics from IEM. So sorry, IEEE. So in Islam, this is very much in line with what Islam says, right? Where in the Quran, I just read the meaning here. One of the two women said, "Oh, my father, hire him, for the best man that thou can hire is the strong and trustworthy." So trustworthiness, amanah, is very much part of Islam. So you can see code ethics, this first line is very much in line. So you can also read the rest. In the slides are different examples of different code of ethics and from different so some code of ethics you have in BEM but you don't have in IEM, but you have some in IEEE, because it depends on the scope and objective of the body and also the society. So I think that's all. So there are a few more here you can read on your own to understand that actually they have different category. For example, this is the profession, on the profession itself, and you have the category of colleagues. How do you deal with colleagues? So also in Code of Ethics they have examples or guidelines on how do you deal with colleagues. For example, registered engineers shall not maliciously injure or attempt to maliciously injure, whether directly or indirectly, the professional reputation, prospect and business of other engineers. So we cannot sabotage, basically, right? And that's very much aligned with Islam. So if you read here in Surah At-Talaq ayah 2 second verse, and keep your testimony upright for Allah Ta'ala. So you cannot just lie and make slander to to other people. So IIM also have something similar, and also IEEE. So this is some sentences in Code of Ethics that shows that we guideline how you should deal with our colleagues or other engineers in the profession. And also we have on segment on employers and clients. For example here, the registered engineer shall act for each employer or client as a faithful engineer or trustee. So we need to be faithful to the company. So if you work as an engineer, you work in a company, you should be faithful to the company that you work for. You cannot just you cannot lie, or you cannot do bad things that will damage the reputation or the credibility of the company. And IIM also have something similar. IEEE, you can read here, also something similar. And of course, this being faithful, being true, being siddiq is also part of Islam. So okay, if you can see here, many of the good code of conduct are good things which are in line with Islamic values. And also you have on the segment on public and society. So in the Code of Ethics, there are segment on public and society and how we should deal with it. So I'm just reading here from Board of Engineers Malaysia. Registered engineers shall at all times hold paramount the safety, health and welfare of the public. So it means we need to take care of the health and safety of the public as a main priority. And also IIM have something similar, and IEEE. And of course, safety, we have in Islam maqasid Sharia, right? And one of the maqasid Sharia is to take care of the life and the property of other people. So it's very much in line with Islam. So that basic. And also we have a segment on ourselves. What should we do? So for example, in IIM, they have an engineer shall maintain and enhance his health and competency in subscribing to self and continuing professional development. So you need to take care of yourself as well. And this is also in line with Islam. In the hadith, the Prophet Muhammad SAW said, the strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak believer. Well, there is good in both. So it's in line. So we should take care of ourselves and we should take care of others. So that's basically the categories in Code of Ethics. So if you're going to make your own Code of Ethics, make sure this category is there. If you, as a summary, you can see the Board of Engineers Malaysia, the Code of Ethics are longer, more detailed, and have some regulation because it's a statutory body in the Parliament. And for IIM, it's a bit more general, have many areas because it covered many different areas, and it is more on the moral and philosophical. And IEEE is also general, it covers many areas. And because the members are from global, because BM and IEM is specific for Malaysia, IEEE for the all around the world. So the scope will also be general, and also it's actually non-profit organization. Basically, that's the summary. And here you can also read some covered, some areas. For example, bribery is covered in BM and IEEE, but not in IEM, because IEM is a learned society. It doesn't have a legal aspect to it. So, and the rest you can read here. Okay, so basically there are similarities and differences in all these professional bodies. Okay, that's all. Thank you.